Sporgy. ChristopherMedia.net.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, and Thomas Hearns. Legends, whose four-way rivalry defined one of the greatest eras in boxing history. Relive their decade of dominance in a new Showtime sports documentary, The Kings, a 4-part series now streaming on Showtime.
Remember before COVID-19, when we could go to shows or celebrate in person or have family gatherings where the only worry was when someone was going to talk politics? Let's get back to that. Let's get vaccinated. COVID-19 vaccines are safe, effective, and free. Sure, we'll have to keep wearing masks for a while, but you know what? This is the start. Go to covid19.nj.gov/vaccine to register for your vaccination. Remember traveling somewhere? Anywhere? Yeah, let's get back to that.
I'm Dr. Meg Fisher. By getting fully vaccinated, you can protect yourself and others, enjoy more activities with family and friends, and help end this deadly pandemic. You need 2 doses of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine to get the best protection against COVID-19. You can get your second dose at any site in the state. Visit covid19.nj.gov/finder or call 855-568-0545.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net. And now, here are your hosts.
It's Sporgy. It's June. I'm Chris.
I'm Rich.
I'm the Iceman.
Oh, there's playoffs going on. There's all kinds of shit going on. Summer sports are back. They're like total sports summer this summer. Everything's normal. Nothing like last year.
This time of year, and I'd say late September through October, this is the true Sporgy months. It is an orgy of sports because everybody's playing. I mean, you got NHL, NBA playoffs, MLB's in full swing. You got the draft just going on. You got
football mini camps.
Well, let's be honest here. Football's a year-round thing now. Everything is reported on like it's like how they used to report on the games on Sunday is how they report on like off-season training shit.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, it seemed like football. It was like after Super Bowl, it was like it was
the draft. Yeah,
it fucking evaporated. It went away. It was like it fucking and then and after the draft, it was it till football season. Yeah, now it is just there is constant NFL coverage everywhere all the time. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. Not mad at it.
Well, that's one of the things that I've been saying is that the NFL did a damn good job of branding them, of rebranding themselves as a year-round sports league. That's really not even close. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what? Take away the playoffs. How many months is the season?
Well, it does
16-game season. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, actually, I was going to say if you combine everything, if you combine preseason up and through the Super Bowl, it takes up over half the year.
Well, I think, once you add all that shit and then you add in the hype, because, dude, the minute Super Bowl is over the next day, they talked about the Super Bowl on local sports talk for half the show, and then they talked about the upcoming draft for the other half. I'm like, we're already talking draft?
I will admit to you guys right now, I've already done a half dozen fantasy football mock drafts.
Jesus Christ. What is the point of mock drafts? You don't know how they're going to play.
No, it's projected points, and it's the preseason rank, and the rankings adjust constantly over the months. And I just do different positions to see what kind of team I'd end up with based on, and plus too, this one league that I'm in. Like, I've been in it for 10 years, and you try to draft like a normal person, and all bets are off. These fuckers are insane. Like, we're talking quarterback first round, kind of insane. So,
man, if I had first overall pick, bro, I'm looking at who put up the most points last year. One running backs and wide receivers.
Yeah, it's quarterbacks.
So maybe it's not that dumb to pick one in the first round.
Well, I mean, the one league where we do all draft like normal people, I'm current 2-time defending champ. But this league, it's a 12-team league, and these guys are nuts, and it's for big money. So I'm trying to alter my draft strategy, So yeah, I'm trying I'm just trying to see how things would play out. But anyway, we're talking about football right now. It's not football. There's basketball going on. How about?
Well, the reason I think the football's year round, though, I think they're like, hold on a minute, I'll tell you. I'm leading into your lead. Football is like that bad guy trying to steal your girlfriend, kind of swoop in when shit's, the chips are down. Like all the other leagues, the chips are down. And football's just kind of swooping in on its time. But when, what?
What do you mean swooping in? It's been football time for a while. Baseball's pastime has not been baseball, I'd say, since the calendar date started with a 2. Years, that is.
Right, but hockey and everything else, people are kind of like, meh. But you say NFL, people are like, what? Huh? What? And at least get an ear. But people need to listen to what we're about to talk about because it's one of the funniest things I've had to laugh about in the NBA for many moons.
Oh, okay, let me take a guess.
This could be anything.
Because LeBron got bumped out or bounced
Where
out. Where
is LeBron? Yes.
He is playing golf.
Yes, he is.
Well, I mean, they lost Anthony Davis. That was a big hit. That they couldn't recover from that. I mean, that was.
It just shows you that LeBron James is LeBron James, not the next Michael Jordan. Never was. He never will be. He cannot carry a fucking team. He is the help.
See, now now if you want to, dude, it's 2021. You better be careful calling him the help. But you want.
Oh, come on.
But now I'm ready to say that the sun might be setting on the gentleman. They had to. They still had a winning season, but they didn't win their division. They had to play in to get into the playoffs, and then they got fucking, wrecked in the playoffs. So now I'm willing, to say the sun may be dipping under the horizon for Mr. James.
Like that, Chris. He always was.
No, but you were calling him. But you were saying he was done when he was like putting a ring on his finger. I'm like, let's not call him done yet.
There's nobody else that would play with him. That was my point. When he started out in the NBA and was the king and all this shit in Cleveland, he wasn't doing shit. He wasn't shit. But then he went down to South Beach, got put with a bunch of people, and all of a sudden he won a couple of titles.
Well, yeah, they started the super team.
He is, if anything, LeBron James is what I would call Scottie Pippen. He's that guy, that second guy that you put him with some people, and boy, I'll tell you, shit can happen. And that's become obvious. It was obvious in South Beach. It was obvious in return to Cleveland.
No.
What?
You are being dishonest. Because look at how he played. Because he was still like the top scorer in the league all those years you're talking about. He was still the man.
No, he was not top scorer in the league. You go back and look at your stats.
One of the top scorers. Okay, he was still...
but not top.
But no, dude, no, you can't... No. I can't let you... God damn it, I hate him too, but I can't let you sit by and say wrong information, man.
Not wrong information. When he got put in South Beach, he was surrounded by a team of fucking Hall of Famers. Ray Allen, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh.
Yeah, but then he went and did it in Cleveland with what now isn't looking like it was a team of Hall of Famers.
I can go off on Cleveland. Kyrie Irving.
No, he had Kyrie, but that was it. Everybody else isn't going to be like Hall of Fame on that team.
No, but they were all-stars.
Yeah, but they're not going to be like everyone in Miami. Like, I'll give you the Miami argument. Everyone on that Miami team's going in the Hall of Fame. I think Chris Bosh did this year. All right, I'll give you that. But like on the Cleveland, no, Cleveland was an example of he put the Cleveland team on because also if you remember, Kyrie, shocking, was hurt a lot of the time in Cleveland. So no, LeBron, and I even remember talking about
a lot of people around him.
Those were the finals where even the media who love to hate him were saying he put that team on his back, and LeBron won that ring in Cleveland. Like that was
he was definitely the help. He was definitely the help, but it wasn't him by himself.
Again, I feel like it's very racist when you call him the help.
It's not racist. I'm not saying he's like a slave laborer. I'm saying he's even said he's needed help. He even called and said, "I need help here in Cleveland. Get me some help. My years are going up. I need help."
He was the fucking coach of that team. Remember?
When he got the winning coach.
The coach was the puppet. He was the puppet master. He needed a puppet. LeBron was coaching that team.
But yeah, and then he went out to L.A., won, yay. But then the help got hurt. Yeah, that wasn't the help, LeBron. You, sir, are the assistants that team needs. And the Stars went down, and so did L.A. Bye-bye. See you next season.
However, if you're watching Phoenix play, though, I mean, you called it. We both agreed. I mean, Phoenix is just LA got taken out by the better team. I'll tell you that, because Phoenix right now is just fucking
on fire.
Yeah, well, it's hot there.
Phoenix went to play LA and didn't over-respect them. They gave them respect, but they didn't over-respect them. They weren't like, oh my God, it's the Lakers and they're the champs and we don't stand a chance. They were like, what's up, LeBron? All right, we're going to do this. Let's go.
A podcaster I listen to during football season talks about it all the time, and he's so fucking right. Never underestimate the power of momentum. Because he was talking about that. He was talking about that with the Bucks going into the Super Bowl. It was just like, they haven't lost a game since week 8. Brady's got them humming. They got the momentum. They're going to win. And he said it with a whole bunch of other things. And and I think it applies right now with the Phoenix Suns. Momentum. They got it. They've had it. They got hot the last, month and a half of the season, and they haven't looked back. And who's even on the Suns?
Chris Paul?
Yeah. Like, that's it, right? Is it a super team?
No, it's not a super team per se, but what the fuck is his name?
Like, you tell me Phoenix Suns, I'm thinking Steve Nash, I'm thinking Charles Barkley.
Oh, God, no. No.
That's going way back.
Yeah.
Right?
Jesus. What's I'm saying? Who's even on the Suns now? Chris Paul and ... Is this another go-to-work Pistons team, just they're in Phoenix? The sum of the whole is greater than the parts? Exactly. You can't even remember, so they don't exactly have memorable talent.
Booker, for the love of God.
Oh, when he on the Nuggets?
Devin Booker is on the Suns, and that is a threat that you just can't stop. I mean, that's a Steph Curry with a smidgen of LeBron James. That guy he's a threat outside the circle, inside the circle, down and low in the paint. He's a threat just because he's on the floor, period.
What about Joel Embiid, though, putting up 40 last night?
I mean, that team, you got two people you got to worry about, Embiid and Simmons. And if you stop Simmons, you can't stop Joel. It's just how it works. Embiid
was my stud on my fantasy basketball team this year. Although he fucked me, he got hurt at a pivotal part of the fantasy basketball season. So I ended up winning second, motherfucker. But, yeah, you think Philly's going to do something?
I do not see them going all the way. I do not.
Who's winning it all? Who's winning it all this year, Ice? It ain't the Lakers. Wah, wah.
No, thank God. But you still got the LA Clippers.
See, I feel the Lakers being in the playoffs and losing in the playoffs is like the Yankees making the playoffs and losing in the first round. It sucks if you're a Lakers or Yankees fan, but it's good for the rest of the sport. Because one, you got the primetime people and teams you want in there in the playoffs. They get bounced in the first round, boom. It's a wild card show now. You don't know what could fucking happen. It makes it more exciting. I mean, I get it. If you were a Boston and Lakers fan back in the day when it was those two teams like in the finals constantly, that's great for you. Everybody else probably like, man, that's some boring shit. Really? Can we get another team in there? So, and I'll be honest with you, now's about the time LeBron should start fucking getting bounced in the first and second round of the playoffs. He's been playing going on 20 years now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's definitely on the downside of his career, so.
Oh, it cracks me up. Jay Crowder is also on the Suns.
I don't know who that is.
He's a good 3-point shot. He's a small forward. He's an also-ran.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like Phoenix might have themselves a go-to-work Pistons type of deal going on.
It's similar. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Think they're going to win?
You know
I do. You're going to ride the Suns all the way?
Until the Suns prove to me that they can't go with the rest of the teams in the playoffs, yeah. I can't turn them off.
Well, no matter what, if they're a go-to-work type team, like the Pistons were, you know what that means? NHL is going to fucking despise the fact that NBA is going to despise the fact that that they win. They didn't like that Pistons team because that Pistons team didn't draw outside of Detroit. I mean, who was their big star nationwide to the rest of the not us here in Detroit. We can all name the fucking five. I mean,
probably Big Ben.
Probably, and here it was like I would figure like Chauncey was the closest to the star we here in Detroit looked at at the time.
He's a G, still a G, still same old G.
I mean, you go outside of this area, and it's like that team is not universally loved or celebrated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's like, really, that was a damn good team for most of the 2000s. 6 Eastern Conference Finals in a row, 2 fucking finals appearances, and a championship. And that's a pretty good.
And almost a second one, thanks to Robert Horry.
Yeah, and I was about and they could have had a second one, and that's pretty good for a team who, let's be honest, is at best second-tier team according to the NBA. They do not prop the Pistons up as the shining example of the NBA to the rest of the world. That's for damn sure. And they want the big stars. They want the high-scoring fucking games. They don't want a grinded-out defensive fucking type team to be standing at the last team standing at the end of the season because, well, it doesn't get the ratings.
Well, yeah, they didn't give no love to the bad boys either. The bad boys got pressed for all the wrong reasons. I remember the sports media talking shit when I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, the 80s and 90s Pistons were just hated.
Chris?
Well, the 90s Pistons, they were to be hated. The Grant Hill, Teal years.
Well, no, I'm talking about the 2 championship teams.
Yeah.
89.
Oh, so yeah, they overlapped a decade. That's correct.
If you're talking about who's going to win this year, there is still a favored by the press, I'm sure. The Nets.
Well, that's right. Super team. Kyrie, KD.
Yep. That super team is still in the mix. They're 2-0 against the Bucks.
Harden's on there too. Yeah, that team, on paper, that team should win. That team should just roll to the championship.
Yeah, as much as even I don't pay attention to a lot of the NBA, all the fucking sports sites, now that LeBron's been bounced, it's the Nets. Everything's Nets. So that's what do you call it? The press's darling, I'm guessing. That's who they fucking have anointed. You want to crown their asses? Then crown their asses. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. So
I'm sure Jay-Z's loving that shit.
Oh,
well, he's got to be.
I had to step out for a sec. Did you guys talk about LeBron promising vengeance on the league next season?
No.
You didn't hear about this bullshit?
What do you mean vengeance? Like for what?
Let's see here.
Kill your father? Prepare to die? Like what's going on?
Is he
okay? James is out. James is out for vengeance after the Los Angeles Lakers first round exit to the Phoenix Suns. This was his tweet. Promise you I will, all capitals. Count me out if you want to. He wrote on Instagram from a clip. He wrote on Instagram with a clip. So it wasn't Twitter, it was Instagram. Sorry. With a clip from the movie Gladiator, which is the vengeance scene or whatever. And it's like, vengeance? Bro, this entire league's bent over to kiss your ass for fucking going on 2 decades. And you're acting like you have a reason to have a beef with the rest of the fucking league?
Well, because whereas the league and the press have catered and kissed his ass, inside the league, they have not. They have said, basically what Chris said. Yeah, you carried a team once. Woohoo, okay.
I didn't say that. But you say that.
No, you said that he carried Cleveland
he did.
to the championship.
He did.
Oh, and there's still a whole National Basketball Association league that has to play, and it's not all about LeBron. And now that he's out of the playoffs, it's about the league.
Okay, I get the last part of what you said. The first part, I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. What's your source that there's like all this fucking hatred for LeBron inside the NBA as far as players?
The 4-letter networks, all of them.
That he hogs the headlines. I know what he's saying. Like when LeBron's in the playoffs, like no one's been saying shit about the Suns or whatever because I'm picking up what you're laying down, Ice.
No, I'm genuinely asking because I don't know. I mean.
If you watch things like First Take on ESPN, Shannon Sharp's show.
I remember Earl can sit at home and watch TV all day.
Yeah, I can, and I kind of do. But I digress.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying you can and you do.
It must be nice to have cable.
Right. But these guys are like, look, he is what he is, and he has done what he has done. But let's talk about the Phoenix Sun. Let's talk about the Bucks now. Now the big story, is over, and LeBron and his team, whoever it may be now, is out. Look at what the rest of this league can do. Basically, Rich, give him his due.
Wait, hold on. There you go.
Oh, thank you. That's look, where everybody else is coming in.
Well, here's the thing. Once again, I wasn't doubting that they're like, I don't doubt that there's fucking sour feelings toward LeBron from other players, coaches, teams, executives, and shit. Because, yeah, dude, you would think fucking LeBron's the only person on that in the fucking NBA at times. But, like, I don't know. I just don't see him as being universally hated. He's not like, I don't know. He's not like a Ty Domi where, the only people that like the guy is the people whose team he's on. You know what I'm saying? Or
he's not
Claude
like
Lemieux.
Bill Laimbeer universally hated. To bring it back around.
Yeah. And it's like, so I was just like, I could see it. Because, dude, wouldn't you get tired of it? When you fucking get tired? Like, bro, we've been hearing about this motherfucker for 20 years, okay? He's no longer in the playoffs. And by the way, stop fucking. Once again, sports website, Sports Center, breaking. LeBron James changing to number 23 jersey after promising vengeance on the league. They're not even talking about fucking the teams that are still in it. They're talking about LeBron changing his number.
Yeah, because saying who's on the Nets out loud, that just sounds like the championship team. James Harden, Kyrie Irving,
look at LA
Kevin
Clippers,
Durant.
though.
Mm-hmm.
LA Clippers has got Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Rondo, Morris.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, that's
half-ass, folks. Half-ass.
However, they are facing the Utah Jazz and Donovan Mitchell. That fucking team out of left field.
The guy that Shaq told him wasn't shit?
That's the one.
I bet you Shaq did that shit on purpose. He's like, I bet you if you put a chip on this guy's shoulder, he's going to be the man.
Well, he's something because he's beating the Clippers at this point.
Like Shaq straight up told him on national TV, like, I don't know who you are. Damn, Shaq.
Ouch.
That's cold. Or didn't know, or wasn't it he didn't think, wait, I think I'm making shit up. Wasn't it he doesn't think he had what it takes to be a superstar?
No, I don't think he knew who he was.
Maybe it's little column A, little column B.
Well, hasn't there been, like, some tension on the talking heads, a.k.a. Shaq and between Shaq and oh, shit.
Charles?
Fucking Barkley? Yeah, thank you.
Well, no, on the NBA show that Shaq's on, he's essentially become the hot take guy.
Yeah, inside the NBA.
Oh.
Like every show's got to have a hot take guy. There's a Shaq.
Okay, I got it. So he's playing the role of provocateur for the sake of it.
He's Stephen A. in this cast of players.
Yeah, but I like Shaq on the inside the NBA because he says exactly what I feel.
No, dude.
He's been there. He's done that. And if you want somebody to talk about you like you're, Jordan or even LeBron, then show him something.
Well,
make a reason for him to talk to you about you like that.
There's a serious lack of telling the truth and shaming the devil that goes on in any of these talking head shows that cover any fucking league, even ESPN. Like, there's only one viewpoint pushed as the real viewpoint. And any dissenting opinions, all hell seems to break loose. And it's like, dissenting opinions are good. Shake up the status quo sometimes. Make people fucking actually, instead of just going, well, this is the way it's always been, and this is what we're going to do, make them fucking actually examine their beliefs and the shit coming out of their mouth and go, now, is that factual? You want to die on that hill? Because you sound like a functional retard. But knock yourself out if you must. And if Shaq's willing to play that role, who's going to step to Shaq?
Right?
An idiot? Because there's not people that are big as Shaq. There just isn't.
Shaq's just got to stand up.
Physically.
Yeah, all due
figuratively
respect
and literally.
to Charles Barkley, because he's a very, very large man. I saw a picture of Shaq standing next to Aaron Judge, and Aaron Judge looked like a child. And he's 6'8", okay? And it was not just height, width of body, too. Like shoulder width, not fat, shoulder width. And I'm like, oh my God. Shaq is fucking huge. Like, I didn't realize how big that motherfucker was until I saw that. It's like when you see, remember when they come out with the Shaq size shoe and they had them on displays?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
It was like a size, 23? And I'm like, I could body surf on this motherfucker. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, I remember having that thought when I saw that shoe. Think of this what you will, where my mind goes. I was like, man, if this guy's dick is just proportional, he's fucking huge. Like, if this is this man's shoes, good God.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
His sock strap is like the size of a cast for our leg.
One of my favorite bits that is always forgotten on a local morning show that was here for decades in Detroit, the Drew and Mike show, was they called up random people named Harris, and they'd ask them questions, and they called it their Harris poll. And this question was specifically for male Harrises. If you found out your wife slept with Shaq, would you take her back?
Yeah. Most guys are like, no, man.
This one dude was like, I'm good. I'm secure in my stuff, but she's ruined after that.
Yeah.
She's got nope.
Hey, guys, I need to take 5. I think I have to call about a job offer.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, cool.
Yeah, dude. Even if he's talking about putting the tip in, you're still fucked.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude. And the one they got one guy, and he was like, what did he say? He goes, basically what Chris said. He's like, even if he's not super hung for his height, it's just proportional. He's like, what am I gonna do after he's been in there? And it's like,
it's like this though. I mean, even if he doesn't have the length, even if he's 5 inches, his girth has to be as big around as my fucking ankle.
You know what all this means? Is that every bitch Shaq is fucked. She's into pain. That's all this means.
It's like Terry Crews says, once you go black, that's when you need the wheelchair, you know?
Well, maybe. I mean, with Shaq.
Once you go Shaq,
you never come back.
That's it. Have a seat. Start rolling around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fuck it, man. I mean, dude, if he's willing to be the person who says what Joe Sixpack is sitting out there thinking, there's a serious lack of that type of insight or input on these shows. They just push whatever's clever in fucking, pop culture right now. So now it's like, social justice and BLM, and everything has to be filtered through that lens before they and distilled down and basically deconstructed to and reduced to nothing, just so they can like wedge their little virtue signal in there. And meanwhile, the vast majority of this country don't agree with that bullshit. Don't let the fucking media fool you. The media, think about it this way. If you were an alien who came to this planet today and sat down and watched a week's worth of TV, you would think easily most of this country is gay, trans, non-binary, whatever. Racist. You would, well, no, not even that, dude. No. Here's the thing: the racist. That's just no. They don't care because they think everyone's like them, and it's like no, dude. Look up the fucking stats. It's like there's more fucking people who are tired of this shit and are tired of fucking having this shit pumped down their throats 24/7. And any time they say anything, that's when they get called a racist. See, that's when the racist comes out. That's the shut you up tactic.
Well,
Nazi,
I'll
racist,
refresh the memory. What Chris
homophobe.
is talking about is when Shaq was on Inside the NBA with Candace Miller, the WNBA person.
Mm-hmm.
And she was with somebody else, and they were trying to talk about the rest of the league and superstars and stuff like that, and named Donovan Mitchell, and Shaq was like, I don't even know who he is. And they tried to pin Shaq as out of touch with the NBA and not paying attention, and Shaq went off when that happened.
I mean, look, that's another thing that this isn't new to this generation, But it seems like it's definitely in full fucking effect with this generation. This complete dismissal of anyone older than them, anyone who's seen as out of touch with something, whatever. You just dismiss them out of hand. And it's like, if I was going to put the wisdom of a 50-year-old man against a 20-year-old, I'm going to take the 50-year-old man almost every time, unless I know personally they're fucking stupid.
Right.
Period. You have life experience. You've been through the shit and came out the other side. This motherfucker ain't even dipped his toe in the shit yet. Why are you listening to him?
Right.
Stop listening to fucking people who haven't been there, done that. And Shaq, of all fucking people, dude, there was a point, if you had Shaq on your team, you were the favorite.
Yep.
Period. End of fucking story. No one was stopping him. He was an unstoppable force at one point. For you young people who don't remember, like literally, no one could stop the man. And
many tried.
Oh yeah,
Many.
And a lot of motherfuckers got put on a poster being dunked on by fucking Shaq.
Yeah, and we talk about how big he is, dude. After he makes a monster duck, he has to look down to see the rest of the league. Literally. He looks down at NBA-sized players. Yes. That's how big this motherfucker is.
Yeah, he's a rather big boy.
NBA-sized players, and I'm not talking fucking Bud Webb-sized, NBA caliber players. Like Kobe had to jump up to hug him.
Yeah, it's a big dude.
Big motherfucker.
And
call him the Diesel for a reason.
And these people who don't remember him playing, or if they do, they remember him on like the Suns and the Celtics. Like, you're out of touch, Shaq. Really? This man was the NBA for 15 years, and he's out of touch. No, you're ignorant about your fucking history. And if you love this sport as much as you say you do, and if you're getting paid to talk about it, and you're being paid very well, you probably should know that calling Shaq out of touch is like, nah, he just ain't. I mean, I'm guessing Shaq was like, he didn't do nothing but get on my radar. What the fuck's he done?
When he was talking to Candace Miller, it was like, I've never heard of him. I don't know what he does.
Donovan
like,
Mitchell?
Really? Yeah.
Well, he's doing some shit right now.
Yeah, he is.
Shaq will know who he is now.
Today.
Yeah, but I mean, that shit happens in every sport. I mean, dude, how many fucking times over the years have Earl, you or I texted or called or talked to each other and been like, who the fuck is this goalie setting the fucking NHL on fire in the playoffs?
Right.
Where the fuck he come from?
Who the fuck is Marc-Andre Fleury?
He's the man.
Probably one of the best goalies playing in the last
but you never heard of him.
Well, once again, you're looking at a situation where who was on that team that overshadowed him?
Right.
The NHL's golden boy, their version of LeBron. And it's like, yeah, of course, you're going to overshadow that. See, that's why I was asking. I can imagine LeBron's probably left a trail of pissed off teammates in his wake because they're like, yo, there's more than just him on this team. You know that, right? You can cover more than just LeBron on this team.
Yeah, Kyrie's one of those people.
And hey man, we look, two-thirds of this fucking podcast were in bands, and the 2/3 that were in bands weren't lead singers. We all know how it feels to be overshadowed by someone who can't even carry your jock strap as far as, ability. But because they look good with a mic in their fucking hand, you know what I'm saying? They're the focus of everything. Because they're the fucking... Yeah, I mean, dude, seriously, if... This is what I find funny. Shaq said that, and they went instantly to the personal attacks. You're out of touch. You don't know what's going on in the NBA. Why didn't they fucking go, yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Why does the media, the sports media, not cover other players to the point where we know them better than we do? There's more than just Kevin Durant and Shaq in the league. I mean...
And that, you know what, Rich?
I kind of wonder if that was maybe the point he was getting at, trying to be a smartass about making it.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, that brings me all the way back to Michael Jordan is who Michael Jordan is because he beat every single one of them. Every single person he played, he beat.
Look, man, I mean, this is all there is to it.
It was Shaq. It didn't matter if it was Ewing. It didn't matter if it was Barkley, for that fucking matter. Whoever it was, he beat him. And that's why he is who he is.
I mean, here's the thing, dude. Now that I've been around a lot of young people for double digits worth of years, happened before I was born, it's like it didn't happen. They don't care. Bro, I actually had a 14-year-old look me dead in the face a few days ago and go, why the fuck do I got to know anything about history? That's stupid.
Oh, that says so much about what's going on right now.
So anyways, Chris, hi. The Atlanta Hawks are making a failed attempt, but it's an attempt nonetheless.
Well, every playoffs need fodder.
Well, it depends on who you look at, because they're thinking that they're going to be something, and they're actually competing with the 76ers right now. They're 1-1. I don't see them getting out of that, but I mean, it depends on who you talk to, I guess.
Sure. Sorry.
I just don't. I don't see them getting past Embiid, Simmons, Curry.
That's right. I
Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Not Steph Curry.
I forget Seth is on the Sixers too. Yeah, I mean, the East Coast got basketball on lock this season. West Coast, you're falling off. Get your shit together. West Coast.
Yeah, but the
That is kind of a
Atlanta
power
Hawks
shift,
are
isn't it?
trying to push their number one guard, the Trae Young kid. He's not ready.
Maybe next season.
I'm just going to leave it there. I understand the push and all of this, and they still want the Greek freak, Giannis. I'm going to tumble with them. But yeah, that's all there. It's there in Milwaukee, and the Bucks aren't. I don't see the Bucks making it. They're down to Brooklyn. Yeah, it should be interesting, but at the end of all of this, it's going to be, for me, the Suns or the Nets.
Again, saying the Nets out loud, just saying who's on the team, that's where my money is.
A lot of people put up the Jazz and the Clippers. I will digress and say, meh.
I can see the Suns gritting it out into the finals, but, I mean, if you got Kyrie, Harden, and Kevin Durant firing on all cylinders, good fucking luck to anybody.
That's true, too.
Well, Chris, you brought it up a few minutes ago that it's like, the East is just, killing it in the NBA at this point. Is this the beginning of one of the, obligatory NBA power shifts from one conference to another? Or is this just a blip on the radar? I mean, what do you guys think? Because it seems like for the longest time, like wherever LeBron went, if he was in the East was, the conference that was the favorite to fucking win the championship. Then he goes to the West, and then you also had Golden State out there doing what they were doing. You had Dallas, you had a lot of good fucking teams in the West, and now it's like, is the balance of power shifting, or is this just a fucking hiccup in the matrix?
This is about a 4-layer answer to that question, but it's been what we've been talking about, where their golden boy for the NBA was LeBron for so many years that the other teams just got tired of it and put together what we would call now a super team. And that's why it was all West all the time, because now LeBron's there, like you said, and we got Golden State and so on and so forth. And everybody's like, again, there's more than just them in the NBA. And now, yeah, I think you called that one right, Rich. It's definitely the obligatory trade to the East Coast, to where the Brooklyns are like, haha, super, check this out.
Well, I mean, I guess to me the litmus test would be if you took a team from the West and you stuck it in the Eastern Conference, would they have the same amount of success, more or less?
Depending on the team.
Yeah, I mean, it does depend on the team. But I mean, in the NHL, I believe next season, the Coyotes are moving to the Eastern Conference, Eastern or Central. I can't remember which one. And either way, they're going to suck even more than they've already sucked, because that's the beast conferences. The East and the Central are the beast conferences in the NHL right now.
Yeah, but I think that's just them trying to revive them from death.
Well, no, what they're doing it for is to make room for Seattle.
That too.
That's why they're moving them. And it's funny because, no, I don't want to get into it. It's years old. But when they moved Detroit to the East from the West, and I was like, you wait till we suck, and then you throw us into the fucking deep end of the shark pool. Thank you, NHL. We appreciate that. Meanwhile, we had to go through fucking the Avalanche and West Coast fucking teams and 4:30 in the morning triple overtime games to win cups in the West. even though we're in the Eastern time zone. Then you wait till we suck. Then you throw us to the fucking wolves. Appreciate it. Wonderful. Thank you. So that's to me, that's the test. And if you took the Lakers and put them in the East, you put them in the same division as the Nets. Are they still the Golden Boys?
No.
That's what I'm picking up. And I'm less than a half-ass fan of NBA. So
here's the problem. I mean, NBA period. They want to hold on to LeBron like they did Kobe and Jordan. They don't want to let go of their ultra mega stars. But time is taking them away. It's literally ticking. And they're like, well, who can we focus on that's going to bring as much revenue as these guys? And they just haven't found them yet.
Sporgy, ChristopherMedia.net.
Remember before COVID-19, when we could go to shows or celebrate in person or have family gatherings where the only worry was when someone was going to talk politics? Let's get back to that. Let's get vaccinated. COVID-19 vaccines are safe, effective, and free. Sure, we'll have to keep wearing masks for a while, but you know what? This is the start. Go to covid19.nj.gov/vaccine to register for your vaccination. Remember traveling somewhere? Anywhere? Yeah, let's get back to that. Remember before COVID-19, when we could go to shows or celebrate in person or have family gatherings where the only worry was when someone was going to talk politics? Let's get back to that. Let's get vaccinated. COVID-19 vaccines are safe, effective, and free. Sure, we'll have to keep wearing masks for a while, but you know what? This is the start. Go to covid19.nj.gov/vaccine to register for your vaccination. Remember traveling somewhere? Anywhere? Yeah, let's get back to that.
Peacock is streaming your favorite shows, movies, live sports, breaking news, exclusive originals, and every live WWE pay-per-view. It's The Office, Chris Lee Knows Best, and Peacock original shows like Punky Brewster. Peacock, watch for free, upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com.
I'm Dr. Meg Fisher. By getting fully vaccinated, you can protect yourself and others, enjoy more activities with family and friends, and help end this deadly pandemic. You need 2 doses of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine to get the best protection against COVID-19. You can get your second dose at any site in the state. Visit covid19.nj.gov/finder or call 855-568-0545.
Remember before COVID-19, when we could go to shows or celebrate in person or have family gatherings where the only worry was when someone was going to talk politics? Let's get back to that. Let's get vaccinated. COVID-19 vaccines are safe, effective, and free. Sure, we'll have to keep wearing masks for a while, but you know what? This is the start. Go to covid19.nj.gov/vaccine to register for your vaccination. Remember traveling somewhere? Anywhere? Yeah, let's get back to that.
Amazon is offering sign-on bonuses up to $1,000, plus get up to $20 an hour for select roles. The best part? We're hiring near you. So start now to take home something greater. New, higher wages with a sign-on bonus, a range of real benefits, and career growth opportunities in a top-rated workplace. So earn more and see how great pay and sign-on bonuses can lead to a greater life for you. Go to amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
ChristopherMedia.net. Sporgy.
Well, that's a problem. That's not just an NBA problem. That's a problem when your face of the fucking league is getting long in the tooth, or he fucking flat out retires. League scramble. I mean, right now, maybe 3-4 more seasons for Crosby and Ovechkin. I mean, they're hockey players. God knows that they could fucking blow everyone's mind and play another 10 years because hockey players tend to do that shit. But if they have an average career, even for their level of fucking ability, we're now fucking approaching the 20-year mark of a fucking full-on physical contact sport. And they don't have a replacement for him because, well, hold on, let me finish. Let me fucking finish. Austin Matthews is on a fucking team that can't do shit in the playoffs and ain't won a fucking playoff series since I don't know God when. I can't even remember the fucking Leafs the last time they won a series. Ovechkin's fucking, I mean, dude, take a look at Ovechkin with his helmet off. Motherfucker's is just as gray as I am, and he's younger. You know what I'm saying? And you saw how he partied when he won the cup, so we knew that he likes to fucking put his body through hell at times. You know, and it's like you Jack Eichel's on the fucking on Buffalo. Who the fuck do you got? Who's the face of the NHL?
Connor McDavid.
And what's his team done? That's the problem. You can't be the face of the NHL on a team that doesn't do jack shit.
Isn't Edmonton in the playoffs?
Well, dude, they have the fucking Canadian League. But, yeah, Edmonton got bounced out of the first round. Just like the fucking... no. Hold on. I'm thinking last year's. Hold on. No, Edmonton did get bounced out the first round. Yeah, same as the fucking Leafs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll tell you... To me, it's just if you're a league and you're trying to have a face to be the brand of the league, LeBron was great because he was the first player to come out after they got rid of the you have to go to college rule before they reinstated it again a few years later. The man is built like a motherfucking prototypical tight end these days in the NFL, but he has the grace and the ability to play basketball at the level he does. You know, he was almost. It's like he was built to be the face of the franchise. Steph Curry should have been the face of the franchise for the last 7-8 years, or face of the league for the last 7-8 years. Yep. He just seems to be a boring ass fucking guy, though. There's nothing to excite or inflame passion, whether you hate him or love him. He's there.
But that's the thing that I don't get why LeBron is so polarizing, because off the court, he's a boring fucking dude. Which is, I guess, if you're his coach, you love that. But I guess he loves him some LeBron, and he's not shy about it.
There's that, and I think it's also the fact that, let's be honest here, okay? I have no idea how intelligent LeBron is, but let's be honest. You're an athlete. I doubt, unless I see your high school transcripts, I doubt you had like a 3.8 in high school. You know what I'm saying? You never went to college. And then you're going to fucking start throwing your opinions out like you're some sort of expert on all these issues that people fucking spend a decade in school and then the rest of their lives studying to try to figure out how to fucking handle these situations. And he gets on and tweets some bullshit and pisses off half the country, and then gets pissed off that people got pissed off about his opinion.
Yeah, I'm going to go all the way back to Kobe. This is Kobe's fault because he became, quote unquote, the face of the NBA. And I think that's the first time that happened.
Well, too, you have people blowing smoke up your butt. And you're right, Kobe, because he was 19. He was LeBron before LeBron, right? He was 19-year-old, coming right into the NBA. But you have all these people blowing smoke up your ass, and I forgot what I was saying. So go ahead. I had a point. I lost it. I just smoked a bowl.
It's one of those things where I think they're sabotaging themselves, and I'm talking about the league, because even in the NFL today, right now, there is a guy that everybody wants to talk about, and I ain't talking about Mr. Rodgers. I'm talking about Brady, and everybody talks about him in the Bucs right now, but they also talk about what else is developing. Well, for instance, Rodgers not going back to Green Bay could be a thing. Who's going to take over in Saints? That's a thing. They're still
Aaron
talking
Rodgers.
About other teams. They're still talking about, okay, still got a bet. But they're still talking about other teams. In the NBA, they don't. They just don't. Even back in the 90s when Jordan was there and everybody knew that the trophy goes through Chicago. That's fine. We still talked about other teams and who's building and who's got the talent to face the Bulls. And in today's NBA, they don't. Even in the NHL, they did that until they met Crosby. They would talk about the Cups going through the East and the Cup's going to, you got to beat Detroit. You got to beat Colorado, one of those teams. But who's going to beat? And they would talk about it. And they would talk about the other teams coming on the come up, New Jersey and yada, yada, yada. But they don't do that no more. They talk about single people and the big hitters and, the big time players. And they're doing that in the NBA. And it's just like, I don't know. I think people can be mad at LeBron if they want, but I think it's the league. They need to refocus their efforts and start talking about their teams. and get off the dick of all of these one-time and done players.
Yeah, but when those players are generating fucking tons of revenue for your league, you kind of do kiss their ass.
Again, LeBron's not the only person generating for the league.
Yeah, but LeBron can put ass.
I personally have a Steph Curry
LeBron
jersey.
is in that class of player, which I think Steph Curry is in, that will put ass in the seats, not in his home court. That's what they want. LeBron travels well. LeBron comes to Detroit. LeBron's filling up LCA. LeBron goes to Cleveland. He's filling up that arena. LeBron goes to New Orleans. He's filling up. You know what I'm saying? Like when Tom Brady comes here, Lions tickets are they evaporate. Okay? When Jacksonville comes here, you can buy them on the street. You know, you can go downtown, not have a ticket, and you'll get one cheap
go to the
before
gas
the game.
station and get a free Lions ticket.
Yeah.
Well,
It's called capitalism, son.
Something I think gets overlooked in the LeBron saga because it was so storybook to a lot of people, but a lot of other people were like, this is some old bullshit, was the fact that out of all the fucking teams to win the draft lottery the year he comes out, it's his hometown fucking team.
Yeah, think about that.
And people, if you think back to, what was it, 2003, 2002, whatever his first season was, people were pissed. They were like, get the fuck out of here. You're just going to fucking fix the shit and do it that blatantly in front of us. And then, of course, the people who actually have memories and remember shit were like, this ain't the first time that there's been some shady shit around the NBA fucking draft lot.
The funny part of that whole thing, Rich, was they tried to make controversy. Are they going to pick LeBron or Carmelo? That was so funny. I was dying. I'm like, are you serious?
Well,
that's are you going to ride in a Bentley or a Tempo? Are you? Come on.
This is the league that did have a referee do federal time for fixing the games.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
dude, go back and I don't know if it was a 30 for 30 or an E60 special. I didn't see it on ESPN. I caught it online. YouTube might have scrubbed it for copyright reasons now, but there's a documentary about the draft lottery the year that Patrick Ewing came into the league and the shenanigans and shit. And it wasn't necessarily accusing anybody of cheating, but it was just going, here's all the evidence, and there's a lot of fucking coincidences that worked out. A lot. That the GM of
the Knicks?
The Knicks, thank you. Brain fart like a motherfucker. The GM of the Knicks, after that fucking drawing, should have took his whole paycheck and bought fucking lottery tickets because he's beating long fucking odds, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, his luck that's all the luck for your entire life landing at once on one day. You better fucking cash it in because that was ridiculous.
The only league that does the draft right is the NFL.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, dude, you had a playoff team yes, I know it's a COVID year, but you had a playoff team get the first overall pick in the NHL's draft lottery last year. You had a historically bad, a playoff team got the first overall pick in the draft lottery.
Come on, man.
Okay. And I mean, Detroit had a historically bad season, and I think their odds of getting the number one pick was barely 10%, possibly sub 10%. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. They were on pace to be the worst hockey team in the modern era since expansion. Period. End of story. And they can't even get better than a fucking 10% chance at a number one pick. It's all fucked up. I think they got number 4 last year, if I remember correctly.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Dude, they got number 7 this year. They're one of the worst teams in the league. There was marginal amounts of improvement, but they're 7th. I'm like, how is a team supposed to rebuild? Because apparently, the NHL has been fucking salivating for a powerhouse to come out of Canada. And for a ridiculous amount of draft lotteries, Edmonton was just constantly getting fucking number 1, number 2 picks, shit like that. They loaded the fuck up and did nothing with it. And it's part of me is I know it's just tinfoil hat shit, is look at Edmonton's history. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're a fucking like, was the NHL trying to them up as like, oh, well, this is the Canadian team that can do it. We can fucking load them up with fucking first and second overall draft picks, and in 5-6 years they're going to be a dynasty. Where the fuck they at? Nowhere.
Yeah, it kind of cracks me up that the Las Vegas Knights are still in the playoffs. Come on, it's Las Vegas.
Dude, Vegas has made the playoffs, I believe, all but 1 year since their first season. Their first season, they went to the Stanley Cup Finals, man.
Yeah.
Like, see, now that's where I can say this about the NHL, and I as much as I hate Bettman, for better or for worse, that is your proof there's parity in the NHL. Because most of the players that went to the fucking Golden Knights in the expansion draft were third and fourth liners. And they took a team of third and fourth liners and went to the Stanley Cup Finals. You ain't doing that with third and fourth liners from the 80s and 90s.
Mm-mm.
Okay, because first of all, your third line or your checking line, whether it's third or fourth, that's your all-pain line. You ain't sending them out there to score. You're sending them out there to fucking prove a point. And
yeah, that's what Detroit called them, the grind line.
Yeah. And, the fourth line was always the human victory cigar line, or we need to rest the fucking other lines, or, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Like, put the defensive specialists on the fourth line, put the physical guys on the third line, put the fucking skill guys on the first two lines. That used to be the fucking template. Now it's you have to have 4 rolling lines of players that could possibly play at least on the second line. You have to have 4 lines of players that good. And when you get rid of the physicality in the game and everything becomes prima donnas dancing around on ice doing dangles and shit, yeah, it's easy to have fucking guys that are like that because no one's checking each other. There's no, and when you do, everybody, half the fucking the fans of the NHL will say it's a dirty hit, and it's like, you people don't even know what a dirty hit is. Your heads would have exploded if you watched Scott Stevens play.
Yeah, if you saw a dirty hit back in our day, you would say he's trying to kill him.
Well, if you saw a fucking dirty hit back in our day, you were like, oh shit, here comes D-Mac off the bench. You're about to pay for that shit.
Have you seen D-Mac lately?
Looking kind of rough.
Yeah, he looks like an old man. And he's only in his 50s. He must have had an awesome time.
Well, I mean, dude, reading his biography, he could have hung with me at my best during my drinking days. It seemed like him sitting down and killing a case in like 5-6 hours. That wasn't nothing. Not many people can actually do that.
That's just exhausting thinking about trying to do. I'm tired thinking about trying to do that.
A friend of mine and me did it watching a race one time, NASCAR race, and Rich knows him, and good God, he was ready to drive home. I was ready to lay down.
Good with that. Well, I guess we're talking hockey. You shift gears.
Well, I mean, it's Leafs bye. Have a nice one. Oilers bye.
Thanks for
Blues
playing.
Bye. Minnesota. Thanks for showing up, Minnesota. Appreciate it.
They also ran.
Well, I mean, as it stands right now, you got 2 teams that are set to go to the conference finals. You got Tampa Bay in the East, Montreal in the West, and Montreal's waiting to see whether they're going to play the Avalanche or the Golden Knights. And it's either going to be Boston or the Islanders for the East going against Tampa. And to be honest with you, mark this time down on the fucking on this, because I'm only going to say this very little.
1 hour.
Ever in my life. The Colorado Avalanche look really fucking good.
Oh, shit. I'm making that a drop.
It hurts my heart to say that. They look really fucking good, man.
Damn, the devil looks frozen.
I mean, like, I don't have a dog in this race. None of these teams. Like, I mean, I guess if I had to see someone win, if I would want to see someone win, it's real simple. No Crosby. I want to see Ovechkin party for a whole summer again. You know, I just and but it's not because I want him to win another cup. I mean, I don't begrudge him winning another cup if he did, which he didn't because they got bounced out in the first round. But anyways, it's just I just want to see him party for another fucking summer because dude was dude was Gronk level partying, man. This shit was crazy.
Brett Hull to come out of retirement, sign on the team with him, have them win the cup, and then they can party all summer together.
Oh my! It'd be like in
Let's
Scrubs
be honest,
when they go to the.
It's like, damn.
It's going to be like Scrubs when they go to the fucking medical conference and all the fucking chiefs of staff. One of those guys is going to die tonight.
Yeah. Let's think Brett Hull would probably be labeled a criminal in today's NHL the way he used to play.
And he wasn't even close to it, considered a dirty player back in the day.
He would just live in the box.
If anybody remembers, Brett wasn't in the crease. Just going to throw that out there.
But yeah, I mean, as it stands, you got you
Come
have
on, Golden Knights.
You have a real shot at, no pun intended, a Canadian team, the Canadians, winning the cup, man. I mean, they got to get through whoever fucking wins between the Avs and the Knights, and then they got to go through, whoever wins in the East. But, bro, Montreal was on the ropes, and fucking they came back roaring against Tampa Bay. Like, hold on a second. Let me make sure. I want to make sure I get this absolutely right, because it was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. As far as or not Tampa Bay, when they came back against Toronto, excuse me. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I think Toronto choked away a 3-1 series lead.
Yes, I recall hearing that chatter last week.
Yeah, and then went to Game 7. Yeah.
I mean, so you have a team who was facing elimination for 3 fucking straight games, and all the Leafs had to do was lock it down, and they choked it away. And it's like, bro, I mean, I'm starting to, I'm not saying Detroit fans are long suffering, because we're not. Like, the Red Wings haven't really been shit for even a full decade yet. We're getting close, but not there yet. But dude, Leafs fans, oh, you poor bastards. You poor bastards, man. Like, if I was in Toronto and I had a kid and I lived in Toronto, I'd tell him, flip a coin, because you can either root for the Leafs or Buffalo, and they both fucking suck. So good luck. I don't know, unless you're gonna be one of those assholes who roots for fucking, hops on a bandwagon and roots for the fucking team that's the favorite every season. That's your regional choice, and neither of them are very good choices. But the Jets, they ran into the Canadians. I got to say this, the Jets puck movement, the Jets power play, dude, that shit was fucking on point, bro. Like, they were playing some high level fucking hockey from what I saw. Granted, I didn't watch I haven't caught every game, and in fact, I've not caught most of the games, but I've caught highlights from every game, and I'm just like, I didn't know Winnipeg had it like that. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, you have what? Half of the guys in the playoffs in the West are from fucking half the teams in the playoffs from the West are from Canada. You had the Canadians, you had the Jets, you had the Leafs, and you had the Oilers, all playing each other in the first round. When's the last time that fucking happened that you can remember off the top of your head?
Ever?
I can't. Stacked with Canadian teams like that, I mean, dude, that's half of the Western Conference is Canadian teams in the playoffs. One division, by the way, because of COVID, how they split up and changed the divisions for this season. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty stiff competition, pretty good shit, and I'm not going to go so far as to make a prediction yet, but I'm just saying I think Montreal might have been fucking forged in fire by playing through that division this season. And if that's the case, whoever comes out of the East, if Montreal advances, good fucking luck, man. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. But yeah, that's about all I got for the NHL playoffs at the moment. I did want to bring this up. Go ahead. Okay, well, I sent it to you guys, and we ended up having, because of life, having to skip last week, I believe. But this AP article that came out a few weeks ago. Now, we personally haven't been called sexist and woman haters and misogynistic yet, but the AP just proved that, no, we're just factual. We're right. FIFA survey, 70% of women's soccer clubs in the world operate at a loss.
What? You are a fucking sexist. I can't believe we do a show together. How did this happen? I have to do some work. I have to take a break.
A comprehensive survey of women's soccer found that 70% of women's soccer clubs internationally operate at a loss. Just 13% of clubs generate revenue over $1 million. And more than half of those revenues come from sponsorship deals.
Okay, I'm good. I will gladly, my name's on the network, so I will gladly take this stand. I know the microphone is on. I know y'all can hear me. I will gladly take this stance. Ladies, you suck at supporting each other. Couple this with the NBA, the WNBA has been operating at a loss we're getting close to 3 decades now. For all this stuff about women need equal pay and all this and all that, you guys suck at going to each other's games.
Well, this is what take all the fucking emotion out of it. All the bullshit pay gap nonsense that's not even factually true anyways. It's a wage gap. It's not a wage gap, it's a pay gap. Because women take more time off. Why? Because a fucking 9-pound screaming thing rips out of their vagina. Okay? They're not going back to work right out that day. You know, hey, throw some tussin on it and give me my fucking pantsuit. I got to go to work. You know
Tape it up.
Rich said, hot take, huh? Hold my beer.
And it's like, dude, 13% of all the fucking football clubs in the world that are women make over $1 million a year. And these bitches are wanting to be paid like the men? Where's this money going to come from? This is where basic economics and civics need to be reinstated back in school.
Supply and demand, folks.
And we can get rid of fucking social studies, which is a fucking joke. You read the newspaper basically in class. What the motherfucker? I could turn on the news. I don't need a class about current events, essentially. And we can get rid of some other bullshit class they got, I'm sure. Some sort of, awareness and sensitivity class. Kiss my fucking ass. How about we teach people basic fucking finances and realities? You can't pay people if there's no fucking money there.
And you can't argue it's exposure either, because the last probably 5-ish years, I mean, women's sports are shoved in our face. I get the alerts that come across my phone. I used to just send to you guys, and I just shake my head like, great, you can't make me care about it. You can't, like, you could put a transsexual in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. It's not going to make my dick hard. Like, so you can't argue it's an exposure thing. All right, you're getting plenty of press. You're leading 6 o'clock Sports Center, and trust me, God, I sound like the He-Man woman hater right now. I don't care. Fucking the tournament, right, in March. You have to hear about the women's tournament too. The president has to pretend to fill out a woman's bracket as well. It's there. It's in the media. It's in our faces, and yet the seats are still empty.
But see, this goes back to the very core of what I'm saying. People who do not care enough to even watch a sport that's being broadcast to their television for free sometimes. Because there's fucking, in the summer and all year round, because I have a buddy, Scott, he actually really watches fucking soccer. I mean, really watches soccer. Had a chance to play minor league soccer overseas as a teenager, and his parents put the fucking kibosh on that and said, no, you're going to fucking grow up, be an engineer, and make fucking real money instead of fucking spending 10 years chasing a dream. So he knows his shit. Dude, there's soccer on fucking Channel 4, Channel 7. These are broadcast channels. These are not channels you have to pay for. If you have if you don't have a high-def TV, welcome to the 21st century. But yeah, you might have to buy a fucking high-def antenna, but it's still free once you buy the antenna and hook it up. And they can't get anyone to watch the shit. Yet, these same people who won't support their shit want to fucking come to us and tell us as fans of, male sports who have no interest in watching this shit because it's not good sports, period, for a lot of the part. Dude, I sent you guys that clip of the women's NHL, the WNHL, or whatever the fuck it's called, their championship game. And bro, I've seen people in beer leagues skate and play better than those women. And that's the best their league has to offer. They're in trouble. But these people come in, they don't care. They don't support the shit, but they want to fucking run everybody else down for not supporting it. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is and worry about that? How about
I'm going to go against you guys, because if they brought back the Lingerie Football League, I would still watch it. I'm just saying.
There was a multi-championship WNBA team in Detroit, and it had to move.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Dallas now. It's whatever Dallas's team is. It used to be the Detroit Shock. They had to move. They won multiple championships. They had Bill Laimbeer as their fucking coach. He might still be. I don't know. Couldn't
absolutely
generate revenue. Not enough interest. And we're supposed to do all this and all that. Yet, time and time again, operates at a loss. You ever think do you think the term WNBA sellout has ever been said by any announcer ever? Probably not.
Dude, I can count on both hands and have a couple fingers left over how many WNBA games I've actually sat and watched 5 or more minutes of. And I'm watching it and I'm like, it's like watching a bad high school team full of white guys that are in high school.
It's like watching the Harlem Globetrotters without the Harlem Globetrotters. It's like the Washington Generals versus the Washington Generals.
Now, if you came down to your level, you might turn a profit. You don't have the right to play where the men play. You don't draw like the men. Maybe if you put them in smaller venues, you might start turning a profit.
Well, take what is being said in sports about equal pay and apply it to, I don't know, the music industry.
Huh.
Now, Chris, you and I were in bands for quite a few years. How old were you when you started playing guitar?
Oh, like 13, 14.
Okay, I was 5.
Damn.
So, to be fair, for the first 5 years till I was 10, I knew like 4 chords. That's it. When I was 10, that's when I started sitting cross-legged on the bed for 4 hours at a time, putting the needle back or hitting rewind on the tape and trying to learn shit. So that's when that started. But now all those years of fucking training and rehearsal and practice and learning and developing your ear and in your case, going to school for music theory, learning to read music, et cetera, we did all that for free. Nobody, I don't know about your family, nobody was fucking driving me to lessons. Nobody was making sure I had the best of everything. I bet you these women grew up being encouraged by their families and being shuttled to travel leagues and make sure they had the best cleats and the best this and the best this. Then they get out into the real world and no one's coming to watch them. Well, when no one came to watch my band or your band, Chris, we couldn't throw a temper tantrum like a 5-year-old little girl and stomp our feet and cry until fucking we start getting paid like we're the Rolling Stones, even though we're drawing.
But at our time, it would be like, we deserve to make what Nickelback makes.
Yeah. Fuck out of here. No, you don't. You don't draw. Period. I've been there. It sucks to realize that. It hurts when you know I don't suck. I'm good at what I do. No one cares. That's just the reality of it.
And women's sports have been around forever, all right? They've been around as long as I've been alive, so it's been at least almost half a century. Wow, that's weird when you say it out loud. But, so it's like they're there in college. They still don't draw in college. If you had a professional league for damn near 30 years, it's still not drawing, even with the last 5 to 10 years of beating people over the head with it, putting it in the forefront of the media. Like, there's just not people... Like, if it was there, like... Why are college games sold out? Why Title IX have to be a thing? I mean, there's other... Oh, Jesus. I know there's other arguments for that, but, I mean, that's economics, folks.
Dude, seriously, all bullshit aside, all jokes aside, I am completely at a fucking loss.
Ladies, you have the strip clubs, all right?
Of what these people want. Because I don't think they really know what they want. They want to be rich, but they don't understand how basic economics work. If you got paid what you think you should get paid, aka as if you're the men, the teams that actually turn profits, more than 13% of the entire fucking world's men's teams turn profits. Okay. If you want to get paid like that, you might last month into the season before the fucking entire league folds because they can't afford to pay them like that. Like, you will shutter your businesses. And this is what people don't fucking understand. You won't have a fucking league to play in. You won't get a paycheck for doing what you've trained your almost entire life for, okay? And I'm going to go out on a wild limb and say, unless they know somebody that can get them nice, cushy jobs when they fucking retire, like most athletes, you're going to be rudderless once the fucking thing you've based your entire life around is taken away from you. You're not going to know what the fuck to do, okay?
Hey,
and if you ain't got skill sets, if you ain't got the skill set for anything, guess what you're doing? Would you like to biggie size that? That's what the fuck you're doing. Period. So take the $13 an hour at Wendy's or take what you get fucking paid, and instead of bitching about what you don't get paid and trying to shame people into watching your shit, which never works, people resent you more for it. They go from not caring to actively resenting you. You're creating enemies out of potential allies with this bullshit.
I think the people who make this argument, and it's interesting you mentioned the $13 an hour. Would you like fries with that? Because there's a faction of those people kind of making the same argument. Those people have never managed anything. They've never managed a business. There's a thing called payroll. It has to fall within a certain percentage. If it doesn't, the whole reason people own guess what? The people who started McDonald's didn't do it because they love hamburgers and fries. Well, they might have, but they love money. Like anyone who starts a business, there's got to be money left over for them at the end of the day, or it's not worth doing.
It's very rare in any sports, male or female, to have a sports owner who is so obsessed with winning, they go, I don't give a fuck if it bankrupts me. I'm spending till we win. And usually, the type of owners that do that is guys like Mike Ilitch and Al Davis, guys who understand the clearing that lies at the end of the path, aka death, is like sniffing their ass. If they want to fucking see another championship before they die, they better fucking throw everything they can at the fucking wall and hope it sticks. But you don't see, these fucking tech guys getting into the fucking into the sports game, buying fucking franchises and shit, and then going bankrupt trying to win championships. You can't do that. It's not a sustainable model. It's just not. I mean, and on top of that, let's be honest here. Athletes aren't businessmen. That's why they have agents. That's why they have managers to do the negotiating. Okay, you leave an athlete with all their money to their own devices, they're going to show up with fucking $500 million worth of fucking jewelry on.
We've seen that 30 for 30 a few times.
Yeah, how many motherfucking car washes and car dealerships and restaurants did these fuckers open? Grand opening, 2 weeks later, grand closing. Bro, Kurt Schilling lost $30 million trying to get a video game studio up off the ground. For the uninitiated, video games make more money every year than Hollywood, the music industry, and the porn industry combined.
I could see why he would be trying to do that then.
Exactly. But ultimately, you ain't a businessman, and he thought, if I throw enough money at it, that will make up for my lack of business, sense. And especially if you're not a gamer. Dude, gamers aren't people who appreciate being pandered to or condescended to and talked down to. You know what I'm saying? Like, gamers, more so than almost any other group of people I've been around recently, understand the logic and the pragmatism behind stop giving your money to people who hate you, period. Like, if someone makes a video game and says, I don't want a white man to play my video game, don't buy that video game. Why would you support that shit? You wouldn't support it if you said, I don't want women playing my game.
Lauryn Hill found that shit out.
I was thinking, look at Lauryn Hill looking at you.
Lauryn Hill, she fucked up. She could have been the next fucking. She could have been Beyonce before Beyonce was Beyonce. She fucked right up.
But see,
sounds better too.
As much as Beyonce is the most overrated female artist in my lifetime. I mean, it used to be Madonna. Now it's Beyonce. I don't understand this worship of Queen Bey. I don't get it. She's not anything special. She's not, to be brutally honest with you, her ass ain't all that. She's got an ass that blends into her legs. She has no ass cleavage. That's not a fat ass.
Because
That's a white girl ass.
I'll tell you what part of it now is the music landscape is so bereft of talent that having any talent, you're considered fucking like Queen Bey.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. Billie Eilish just turned 18. Fender gave her a fucking signature ukulele and is promoting this as the legendary artist, Billie Eilish. How are you legendary at 18?
She's got 10 Grammys and she's only 20. That's
okay.
Right now they're
her
loving her.
brother produced everything. Her brother's got 10 Grammys. She whispers, talks over fucking everything he writes.
It's true.
She don't do any of that shit.
It's ASMR pop music.
And if you really want to get down to it, you want to talk about legendary at that age, there's a handful of people I could put in there. Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson. She ain't in that group. Oh, she ain't a fucking musical prodigy. There's nothing spectacular about her voice, and she's not a fucking whiz on an instrument. Stevie Wonder was 10 years old on Motown playing every goddamn instrument they could hand him. And the motherfucker can't see shit.
Rich, you're wrong about one thing. There is going to be one thing spectacular about her. It's going to be the spectacular run to rehab that's coming. It's going to be. She's not even drinking age yet. Just wrap your head around that. She's not even drinking age. She's already got 10 Grammys. It is going to be a spectacular thing to watch.
A buddy of mine showed me a TikTok of her. Okay, now this is, she was wearing all the baggy shit like it was 1991, and you couldn't tell if she was like a slob or fucking straight up and down or fucking built or whatever underneath all the baggy clothes. She turns 18. She pops off the baggy clothes. She puts on a corset, serves up her titties on a platter, and starts making this fucking, hi, this is my new image. Whatever, cool, fine. You're 18. You feel comfortable talking about your sexuality now, whereas you felt creepy doing it before. Cool. But then she puts out a fucking TikTok where it's her and her friends, and I don't know if they're drunk or high, but she's dancing. Her tits pop out.
That's
her
a new video.
Pops out.
She pulled a Fiona Apple. Her new video is her and her friends hanging out in their underwear.
And I'm just like, what happened to I want to be taken seriously? See,
she's somebody's she's somebody's bitch now. She's made somebody revenue and now she owes them. That's what happened.
Well, that's the
music business.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the fucking the music and
she got job.
The entertainment industry as a whole is a gigantic beast, and people stand in line their entire lives to get into the belly of the beast, because when you do, you get paid. What they don't understand is you go in the mouth, yeah, you're going to be in the belly for a second, and then the beast is going to shit you out. Then they get back in line to get back in the belly again. She's in the process of being shit out. All I can hope is that them tig old biddies of her end up fucking on some leak somewhere during the fucking meltdown. That way I can be like, they're all right.
I just, as someone who's familiar with her music, because I have to be, not because I want to be, I just wonder what they're doing on her new album. The two songs that they've released sound nothing like the huge hits she's had. I mean, I get it. You're an artist. You got to grow, blah, 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 whatever. But like, again, if it's also a revenue business, you're not exactly trying to keep the people that we're pumping money into you.
Sporgy. ChristopherMedia.net.
I'm Dr. Meg Fisher. By getting fully vaccinated, you can protect yourself and others, enjoy more activities with family and friends, and help end this deadly pandemic. You need 2 doses of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine to get the best protection against COVID-19. You can get your second dose at any site in the state. Visit covid19.nj.gov/finder or call 855-568-0545.
Remember before COVID-19? When we could go to shows or celebrate in person or have family gatherings where the only worry was when someone was going to talk politics? Let's get back to that. Let's get vaccinated. COVID-19 vaccines are safe, effective, and free. Sure, we'll have to keep wearing masks for a while, but you know what? This is the start. Go to covid19.nj.gov/vaccine to register for your vaccination. Remember traveling somewhere? anywhere? Yeah, let's get back to that. Remember before COVID-19? When we could go to shows or celebrate in person or have family gatherings where the only worry was when someone was going to talk politics? Let's get back to that. Let's get vaccinated. COVID-19 vaccines are safe, effective, and free. Sure, we'll have to keep wearing masks for a while, but you know what? This is the start. Go to covid19.nj.gov/vaccine to register for your vaccination. Remember traveling somewhere? Anywhere? Yeah, let's get back to that. Remember before COVID-19? When we could go to shows or celebrate in person or have family gatherings where the only worry was when someone was going to talk politics? Let's get back to that. Let's get vaccinated. COVID-19 vaccines are safe, effective, and free. Sure, we'll have to keep wearing masks for a while, but you know what? This is the start. Go to covid19.nj.gov/vaccine to register for your vaccination. Remember traveling somewhere? Anywhere? Yeah, let's get back to that.
Amazon is offering sign-on bonuses up to $1,000, plus get up to $20 an hour for select roles. The best part? We're hiring near you. So start now to take home something greater. New, higher wages with a sign-on bonus, a range of real benefits, and career growth opportunities in a top-rated workplace. So earn more and see how great pay and sign-on bonuses can lead to a greater life for you. Go to amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Oh, what's this?
Zenni's 3D virtual try-on. Pretty cool, right?
Wait, are those prices real? Do they have glasses for men?
Yep, they also have affordable blue light glasses.
Seriously? At those prices? Get them all.
I like where this is going.
Zenni.com. Prescription glasses starting at $6.95.
ChristopherMedia.net.
Sporgy.
But see, here's, and this, to bring it back to the sports thing that we were talking with the FIFA survey. Okay, she's probably, for at least a certain demographic, and I'm imagining it skews rather young, the number one artist in a lot of people's minds, whatever. And I'm sure she's made good money doing that, or her brother has from writing the songs, but I'm sure that he gives her a writing credit, whatever. It would be asinine for someone like, I don't know, Ray LaMontagne to be like, I got more talent in my pubic hair than this bitch has in her whole body. I need to be paid like her. He would be laughed, rightfully so, out of the conversation. But this is what we're dealing with in sports world. And this goes back to what the warning bell I've been ringing for years now. This is part of destroying sports. Because you know what's coming next, guys. The NBA already subsidizes the WNBA to its own detriment. You know what's coming. Eventually, MLS, Premier League, you got to kick in. You got to pay the man tax so we can pay these women more because they can't draw. And then it's gonna fucking trickle down to hockey and fucking basket or like softball. And like, seriously, who the fuck is excited to go to a softball game? Why should female softball players make as much as fucking a person who, when they come to bat every time at Yankee Stadium, 40,000 people are on their fucking feet, and they can't even fill one grandstand. There you go. This is all part of it. Now, I'm sure
why can't they all just not talk to the media?
Well, I mean, we'll get there. Well, just remember in the 90s really is when sports salaries exploded. You know, remember there was always the discussions of, why are these guys getting paid that much and this and that? And when you have it explained to you, it really makes sense. Those contracts are based on what the organization that is signing you thinks you are going to generate for them. They think they're going to have enough, they're going to generate enough money to pay you that based on the people they're going to bring in, the merch they're going to sell, all the food, everything, parking, tickets, all of it. And we need basic economics lessons for some of these people. It's not just, I should get paid more money because I think I should be getting paid more money. Guess what? To quote Dennis Leary, welcome to the fucking club. We all think we should be getting paid more money. All right? But because I think so, and it's the same thing attached to those $13 an hour people. Same thing. Just because you think so doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it should happen.
Well, I mean, this is ultimately why I say we've passed the tipping point. At one point in the not so distant past, the facts don't care about your feelings, and now it's just my feelings don't care about your facts. And I truly believe, and this isn't any one ideology. The MAGA hat wearing maggots and the fucking woke flakes are the worst offenders, and they're completely on the opposite end of the political spectrum and ideological spectrum.
What's scary is there's people that are creeping into middle age that think this way. Like old millennials turn 40, I believe, this year. Like that's scary because that's the tip of that fucking feelings and facts iceberg. Because it just gets worse every year after that.
Well, what is it? 18 to 35, or is it 18 to 45, or what is it? What is the
young demo is 18 to 34.
18 to 34. Congratulations. You're about to find out as you cross the threshold into 40, you're no longer relevant to corporations. They're not going to fucking pander to what you want. I mean, right now we're in the middle of Pride Month. Mm-hmm. And there's so many companies that are being set. Companies, sports leagues, sports teams, individual sports people who are being flat out hypocrites about their shit. Oh, I'm going to change my profile picture to a rainbow flag to support Pride Month. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. But we're not going to change it in Russia, Saudi Arabia, China, because, oh, you mean we're the real homophobes? The people, like in Saudi Arabia, where they chuck gay people off of 10-story roofs and record it and put it on Live Leak, where it's illegal to be gay. You can actually be sent to prison for it in some of these fucking countries. Oh, you care about pride and supporting people as long as it doesn't affect your fucking pocketbook. Fuck you. You want to make a stand? You make the fucking sacrifice. And that's another problem. I'm tired. This goes to that fucking, who's the bitch that fucking, the tennis bitch? I refuse to learn her shitty name.
Naomi Osaka?
Yeah. Fuck that cunt. I don't want to talk to nobody. You know what you do? You do exactly what Beast Mode did. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
Period.
It's part of your job. Like that's, and the whole thing is too, she did what Meghan Markle did. She threw out the mental health thing. So now if you pick on her, you're fucking considered an asshole. Well, the three of us have already acknowledged that if anyone ever hears this, we're going to be labeled assholes. So I don't give a fuck. But it's part of your job.
Take it.
It's part of your job. When your job is being a professional sports athlete, part of your job is talking to the press. And you might get questioned. And guess what? Some of the press might not fucking rub your butt and tell you how special you are the whole time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but that will affect my play, and that might affect the outcome of the tournament, Chris, and that's not fair.
Then go
well then allow me to retort. Okay? Because there's been, I can think right off the top of my head, one professional athlete who's been to hell and back with mental illness, who's still playing. Zach Greinke. That motherfucker was such a basket case when he came up into the majors that they were fucking sending him to specialists because he had anxiety and he would get depressed and want to just quit baseball on the day he's supposed to pitch. And they're like, what the fuck are you? Get the fuck out there and pitch. What are you talking about?
Quit? What do you mean quit?
You cashed the check.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't stopped cashing the checks, but you're going to have to pitch. And you know what he did? He fucking buckled down. He went and got the help he needed. Now he's a World Series champion. He's one of the highest paid pitchers in baseball. And, well, his career trajectory, when he retires, I guarantee you the conversation will be had, whether he ends up in the Hall or not. Is he a Hall of Famer? And in baseball, that's saying quite a bit because they're assholes about who they put in their Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Okay? Why can't you do that, shitty tennis player that I won't learn your name? Why can't you fucking do that? You simple fucking cum-dripping twat. Why? Why do you have to fucking do this shit? Why do we have to hide behind? It makes me anxious. I don't give a fuck. I got anxiety too. No one cares.
Yeah,
well, don't you want them to? No. It's not their problem. It's mine. I'll deal with it.
Dude, I say it all the time. It's going to be 1,000,001. All right, you want some fucking anxiety? Quit. Be Naomi the bus driver. Then tell me about your fucking anxiety levels. She's got a multi-million, she's got a tens of millions dollars fucking contract with Nike. If she woke up tomorrow making fucking our money, she'd kill herself. I know I just pretty much did a whole Chris Rock routine, but it's the truth. Like, shut the fuck up with your anxiety. You're a professional. You get paid to play a children's game for a living. You get paid well. You get paid more than the gross domestic product of some countries to play a children's game. And you're going to talk about anxiety? Shut the fuck up.
Well, here's the thing. The sympathy I have goes away when I realize how much you get paid, how much you're worth, and how much you can afford therapy. I have friends who've been to prison. I have friends who've come back from combat who suffer some of the most crippling PTSD at times you could ever fucking imagine. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. There ain't no outreach programs. Okay.
So to sum it up for all of them, just shut up and swing the racket.
Well, no, don't shut up. Talk to the press and swing the racket. It's part of your job, especially something like that. Isn't the French major? It's one of the major tournaments of the year, right? It's like the Masters in golf. It's on that kind of level.
Well, and I know what some people are fucking thinking. Well, what the fuck? You just said fucking beast mode went in there and said, I'm only here so I don't get fined. Yet you're fucking going so hard and dunking on this bitch. Yeah, I'd have dunked on beast mode if he'd have fucking refused to talk to the fucking press too. And I actually like beast mode. I think he's probably... I definitely would sit down and burn one with the motherfucker in a heartbeat. He's got to have some awesome stories.
I thought it was entertaining how he handled that situation. Exactly. He had a notorious reputation for not talking to the press. He went to the Super Bowl. Like, they're pretty much saying, dude, you have to talk to the press. There's no way around it. You're in the Super Bowl. You must talk to the press. And that's how he did it. He's a little punk rock of him. We got to admire him for that, And
if she'd have done the same thing, I'd be like, good for you. To me, it's a non-story.
Yeah, she's like, I'm here because I have to be. Next question.
Yeah. So how'd you feel about I'm here because I have to be. Next question. Is that all you're going to answer? I'm here because I have to be. Next question. Now, I'm sure people have been like, oh, she was being difficult and combative. And some people even go, oh, she was being a bitch. Yeah, but you know what? She filled her into the contract. My problem isn't the fact that she doesn't want to talk to press. My problem isn't the fact that she has anxiety or mental issues or whatever the fuck. My problem is I'm really fucking tired of the real world holding everyone's feet to the fire about any commitment they make. And these fucking spoiled, rotten athletes acting like, oh, I was forced into signing this contract. No, you fucking weren't. You don't have to play the sport. You can go quit, but you won't. Because like Chris said, you'd kill yourself if you woke up tomorrow and you're making the money I make. You'd blow your fucking head off because you wouldn't know. You can't function without fucking the money you make. Trust me. When you get to that level of fucking making money, when you get to like professional athletes pulling down like hundreds of millions in a lifetime, unless you're an absolute idiot, that changes you. Yeah, well, you become so dependent upon everything that money gives you that you can't function without it.
And she's the level of pretty much all three of us. We still manage our own money. She's the level of like someone else takes care of her money. She just knows that she can always buy whatever she wants to buy, and if she gets low, fucking dude gives her a call and goes fucking knock it off.
I mean, Jesus Christ, Britney fucking Spears don't even have control of her own fucking bank account. Her parents do. Okay, and yes, I know Britney Spears probably made a fuck ton more than this chick's ever made so far.
But she's still doing all right.
Yeah, and they're rationing her money out to her. And if her parents have guardian and conservatorship, they're also pocketing a nice chunk for themselves.
Well, if they're smart, too, they've invested. You get to that level, too. You take a portion of your money and make more money for you.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, you have a completely spoiled superstar in Britney Spears from the age of 15, 16?
Oh, no, that's when Britney, that's when Baby One More Time and all that came out. She's a Mouseketeer. She's been in it from probably fucking since grade school, son.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, she was. Okay, so she...
Yeah, with Justin Timberlake and them.
Her and the real world waved bye-bye to each other decades ago. Okay, and I don't give a fuck about... I know that there's going to be, she grew up and she had a rough childhood and her father left and divorced. But boo fucking who? So's everybody else. Heard it. Don't care. I'm doing my Carla from fucking season 8. Don't care.
Carla. Heard it.
Just don't care. Everybody goes through shit, all right? Let me tell you something. Your expiration date on your bullshit expired yesterday. Done. Everybody's getting treated like I get treated. You don't like the way you're treated? Adjust how you treat me. And the way the world fucking treats me and people like me is, oh fucking well, figure it out. Okay. Oh fucking well, bitch. Starve. I highly doubt you're eating ramen noodles.
And did you see all the headlines the day after she pulled out of oh my God. It's so obnoxious. Some of the headlines. Basically shit telling you like why this was important and why this matters. All that dumb shit. Like it's like, oh no, this is a spoiled brat not wanting, like that's really what it is. Like really, you have anxiety. You're a fucking you've made more money by the time you are drinking age than most people will see in their lifetime. And you have anxiety.
You made more money than most of their kids will see in their lifetime.
Maybe more money than me and all
in their lifetime.
Maybe even more money than me and all of the people I know together
combined.
We'll see, in their lifetime.
That's what I'm saying. Rich, you hit the nail on the head. It used to be, life throws you a curveball. Learn how to bat. And then it was, hey, life throws you lemons, you make lemonade. And now it's like, here, deal with this trash. I don't know what to tell you. Work it out. And these athletes just,
Dude, first of all, I'm really fucking tired of hearing professional athletes act like what they're doing is world changing. It's not.
No, you play a game.
Okay. I love a lot of sports. It's got me through some rough times in my life. When the only bright spot in my world was coming home and turning on that playoff game and just for 3 hours being able to fucking relax. And then I had to go back to the shit life that I was living. All right. But ultimately, I keep it in perspective. This ain't deciding the fate of the fucking human race. It's not politics. It's not fucking some social movement. And these athletes now think that everything they say carries weight because no one's ever looked at them and said, shut the fuck up. What do you know about what you're talking about? You know nothing. Notice I don't go on shows or go up to people who work in like bioengineering and start telling them how to do their fucking jobs.
Right.
But yet we're being admonished by our betters in the sports world constantly these days and told we have to do better, put the work in, all these fucking buzz phrases.
Let's be honest,
like, fuck you.
It's only from one league, at least in men's sports.
I'm not talking about the league. I'm talking about from individual players.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they think they should be able to say whatever they want with no consequences. Yet when someone says something that they don't like, they're like, words have consequences.
Yeah.
What about yours? Why do your words never have consequences? Or you feel they shouldn't? And when they do have consequences, you're an istophobe for calling me out for it. Okay. Then you know what? I don't care. I'm not supporting you or your bullshit sport. You will never get one red fucking penny from me. I'm fine with that. I think we just need to adopt a Fight Club mentality. You decide your own level of involvement in this shit. And these people are more interested in fucking making headlines for their boo-hooing and bitching about what they think they should get and should have and how the world should be than actually dealing with the world as it is and making the incremental changes that are needed to actually be progressive and move forward as a fucking society. But who am I? I'm a dumb straight white male. Shut up. You don't have a place to talk here.
The first step would be admitting, like, everyone talks about the truth, living the truth, my truth, the truth, this, and that. The real truth would be admitting, hey, maybe people don't like professional women's basketball or professional women's sports. Like, just look at the receipts. You have almost 30 years of them from the WNBA. Maybe we're not shitty people. Maybe there's just not genuine interest in what you do.
Well, you notice that the sports that the women's sports that are actually more popular than the men's sports, like women's tennis, for a minute there with the Williams sisters. Oh shit, Roger Federer. That's it. That's all I can tell you from the men's. But I could name you fucking 4 women's tennis players, and I never watched one match.
Yeah, you notice in pro tennis, you don't seem to be hearing these kind of things. You don't hear Venus and Serena going, I don't get paid like Roger Federer. Yeah, you do. Yeah, she might get paid a little better.
You know, it's never when the scales of social, quote unquote, first of all, there's no such thing as social justice. There's justice. Okay, social justice is an invented term.
It's like hate crime.
Yes, you killed him. But we have to decide if it's a hate crime. Well, the fact I cut his head off and fucking chucked it in the sewer doesn't really bode well for that I loved him. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, I probably didn't care for him. Maybe even hated him. I don't know. To saw someone's head off while they're alive, I don't think you really are fond of that person. But that's just me. You know, whatever. I'm weird like that. So, you know, it just is what it is. But these fucking, this shit, this bullshit of, oh, well, you know, we're doing well. Oh, okay. Well, Miss Social Justice, why don't you pick up for the underpaid people that's not you? But no, it's like everything else in this world. We can't be honest with each other or even ourselves at times about this shit. Here's the reality of the situation. They don't give a fuck about fair. They don't give a fuck about equality. They want to get paid. And they're willing to use underhanded and fucking filthy, dirty ass tactics to do it. And if you've ever had a family member die who had money and watch the vultures come out and start swarming, you understand that a lot less money than these motherfuckers make will turn people bitch on each other in a heartbeat.
And you watch enough true crime, like people will smoke a motherfucker for $5,000 all the time.
Dude, I was watching this series about, it's a guy from England. He would come over here and he would go to like the toughest prisons in the U.S. And he's talking to a guy who's doing fucking life plus fucking 120. And he goes, what'd you do? And he's like, I took a contract to kill the guy. He goes, so you were a hitman? He goes, well, I wasn't. No, it was the only time I did it, and I was kind of forced into it by this drug dealer I owed money to. And he's like, oh, so grand total,
oh boy,
how much did you make to kill the guy? It's something like $600.
God damn.
Bro, I'll kill the drug dealer who says, go kill that guy or I'm going to kill you. Oh, okay. Can I have the gun? Boom! Problem solved. Okay, now let's move on. Like, no, dude, I'm not going to kill some fucking buddy I don't know, don't have a problem with for $600 fucking dollars.
Dude, there'd be at least 5 zeros on that bitch.
And bro, let me tell you something.
For me to think about it.
When you only got $20 in your bank account and someone shows up talking about you owe me half of that $20 becomes real important to you real fucking quick. Okay? These people, when's the last time any of these people had $20 in their account?
When they were 6.
Exactly. You know, and I mean, look, it ain't just women's sports. There's I'm gonna quote Ice-T, ladies. We just ain't talking about you because some of y'all are bitches too. And it's a special N word you can't say because the sky will fall. And it's like, you know, I'm looking at you, Aaron Rodgers. You signed the fucking contract. Now you get pissy. Now you want to fucking sit out. Now you gonna fucking pull this power play. I mean, really? You're not setting a good precedent here. I mean, seriously. And yeah, there are people who are hypocrites and will give the male players a pass. And it's like, well, they're just trying to get paid as much as they can. Yeah, because they're getting, but as much as they can is what the market will bear. These women are demanding to be paid like the men, even though the market can't bear it. It can't cover the nut.
Yeah,
so
it's a math problem.
Yeah. Okay, now we've got you are willfully ignorant if you're a woman or you support this bullshit and you parrot this nonsense, and you're a greedy asshole who doesn't honor his contract. If you're a fucking guy who's like, I don't want to play for this team anymore. I don't like what they did. Oh, you mean when they did the exact same thing they did by drafting you and setting you behind Favre for a couple seasons? That was fine then, huh? Now it's a problem because they drafted your replacement for 2-3 seasons down the road. Kiss my fat Irish ass. Fuck you, Aaron Rodgers. Seriously.
He's going to go host Jeopardy.
Yeah, okay. Good luck with that.
Well, he did. He did a few episodes, and apparently he was very highly rated.
Yeah. Well, they were highly rated, but they were also fucking, from what I understand, he wasn't exactly the most graceful fucking host he could be. He might. Let's put it this way.
And he was so upset because people didn't guess the right answer when it was the Green Bay Packers.
Well, I mean, this is how it was put to me. If he wants to go into that line of work, he needs to put in the 10,000 hours. I'm paraphrasing what I've heard, but basically, bro, you just can't just walk into a situation, sit down, start talking, and think you're going to be fucking the top of the heap. I mean, dude, Jeopardy is like there's Jeopardy and there's every other game show.
True.
Like it's Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune. One's for geniuses, one's for fucking functionally retarded smooth brains. You know what I'm saying? And it's like 1 and 2. I could see him being on fucking being a host of Wheel of Fortune. Jeopardy? No. I kind of want someone in there who I think like kind of has an idea to the answer, and on top of it is actually, I don't know, graceful, or not graceful. That's the wrong term, but you know what I'm saying? Like competent and confident in his delivery. And it's like, oh, anybody can do a podcast. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But I challenge you to sit down and have a conversation with someone for an hour and a half and record it and come up with anything decent if those people haven't at least dipped their toe into the world of radio or some other form of broadcasting. Because I've listened to podcasts where there is 50 seconds of dead fucking air.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers is more sitting back listening to Elton John's "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me."
Oh,
and the Green Bay Packers are just kind of like, yeah, the sun's setting, sir. We're going a different direction.
Look, I get he was MVP. I get he can still play at a high level. And I understand if he gets his fucking way and he forces their hand and they trade him to a contender or a team that's like needs that last piece and they feel they're going to be a contender, he could put them over the fucking top like Brady did Tampa. But once again, is Aaron Rodgers a Tom Brady type guy? Is he going to go to his new team, defer all his fucking salary or restructure his contract, defer salary so he can get the weapons he needs to almost guarantee a Super Bowl fucking bid? Or is he going to get there and he's going to be like, okay, now it's all about me because that's all it's been since I took over for Favre? I mean, seriously, all bullshit aside, it went Reggie White as far as Green Bay. That's what you heard. You heard most about Reggie White, then Brett Favre, then Aaron Rodgers. Who the fuck is talked about as much as those three in succession in Green Bay?
Can Rodgers exist in a locker room with other egos? Because he's never really had any splashy names. You know, maybe Devontae Adams, but he's, you know, can he coexist with people like Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara?
That's yet to be seen
in a locker room.
I mean, he feels threatened by a fucking draft pick.
Yeah.
All right. So forgive me for, pulling out a very overused fucking phrase, but how snowflake of you. Like, seriously, that's what irritates me the most about his fucking temper tantrum. They're not doing anything that any smart franchise wouldn't do.
Dude, look at your driver's license. Look at your DOB. You're 38. You don't think you're not Tom Brady. You know?
Right, but he wanted more help. Aaron Rodgers did. He wanted him to draft more help so he could get another championship before he left. And the Green Bay Packers don't believe he's the guy who's going to get them there again before he leaves. Even if they got him more help. That's what the problem is.
What sounds like
I understand, Chris. You think he's like a god of football.
He's the current MVP.
Okay, but the Green Bay Packers don't see him as a current MVP. They see him as used to could. And they're going a different direction.
I'll just take a picture of it and text it to them.
If the Green Bay Packers,
who are you telling?
Look at here's my award.
Green Bay is on my side at this point, dude.
Look, if Green Bay feels like that, and they have the reigning MVP of the league on their team, then not only is Aaron Rodgers delusional and bullshitting himself, they're delusional and bullshitting themselves. Okay. You're right. They could have drafted, got him some help, made trades, try to acquire a free agent, give him some more weapons, whatever the fuck. Make one last push with him at the fucking helm. If they decided not to, the only thing I can think of that would justify and rationalize that thought in the franchise's mind is there's something behind the scenes we don't know about. Whether he is, apparently he's a coach killer, unless the coach, just sticks his tongue up his ass. I mean, who was the coach that he basically ran out of Green Bay?
McCarthy.
Yeah, Dallas.
Maybe that's dude, Green Bay is one of those franchises, I could imagine them being like, there's no player bigger than the franchise. They named the championship trophy after our coach. We are the NFL, okay? Fuck America's team. Fuck the Steel Curtain. Fuck the Patriots. You talk to fucking people. We're going to be one of the first 2-3 teams they name as historically great in the NFL. Even though their championship record doesn't really.
Who? The Packers?
Yeah. I mean, how many championships have they won in the Super Bowl era?
Yeah.
2, 3?
Mm-hmm. But still,
that's a 4-year stretch for Tom Brady.
You think NFL? Right? You say NFL? I mean, yeah, that's one of the first teams. That's a top 3 team coming to people's minds immediately.
Absolutely.
Synonymous.
And I mean, just like fucking, feel how you want about U of M and Bo Schembechler, but he broke it down every fucking beginning of every season to all the new guys. There is none of you bigger than the team. Period. I don't give a fuck who you are and how good you are. You're not bigger than this team.
Also, by the way, don't be in a room alone with Dr. Anderson. He'll take that on there.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm completely lost. What did I miss?
Oh, you don't know. Oh, he doesn't know, Earl.
Maybe I do. I'm just not.
U of M's got their own Larry Nassar.
One of their Nassar peoples.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, Oh, trust me. That's how you don't know the Big Blue Machine. Keeping it quiet. It's not as splashing as all over the news as the other one was.
Absolutely, dude. I have not heard one fucking peep about this.
Earl, isn't this one a bunch of dudes?
It is.
Yeah.
Maybe that's Mel. Okay. Tinfoil hat time. It might be it. You're not going to garner as much sympathy for a bunch of fucking, young dudes getting molested as, this horrible fucking predator preying on these young, innocent little girls. And because it just, for better or for worse, there's a lot of men out there and fathers who, if their son gets molested, it's, I told you not to hang around your weird uncle. Now go walk it off.
And I guess
fucking gets a cross-eyed look to ready to kill somebody.
And I guess too, in this scenario, Bo Schembechler plays a role similar to Joe Paterno. Like, didn't say shit. That kind of deal.
Who didn't say shit?
Bo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, this goes back that far?
Oh, there's talk of statues coming down. Oh, yeah.
Whole thing.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how I've missed this, dude.
It's
that big blue machine,
first,
man.
though.
It's that big blue machine.
Yeah, it's got to be proven, but we already know that one thing is not going to fucking matter, and that one thing is going to be very quickly. The court of public opinion is going to subpoena, try, and convict and sentence in absentia everybody who's not around to fucking, like, dead. It doesn't matter. Like Chris just said, if Bo's involved, all hell's going to break loose eventually. Unless U of M really has a lot longer reach than I think can hide that shit. Because if they start tearing shit down and erasing him from the record books, I can't imagine that's not going to be a national story. Like, SportsCenter lead with it. Because whether or not he won a national championship, he's considered one of the best coaches in college football history. I mean, and on top of it, yes, Michigan's been around forever, their football program, but it's also the winningest football program in college football history. There is a prestige there that's going to be tarnished no matter what. I have to imagine. So, you know what? I'll dig into it and look into it, and we can. And if and hopefully next time, if new shit comes out, we can talk about it. But I'm sitting here now really pissed off. Like, I'm kind of like, fuck Michigan, dude. Just like I was like, fuck Michigan State for hiding this shit. Fuck Jerry Sandusky. Fuck Joe Pa. Fuck Penn State for hiding this shit. It don't matter that it's my fucking team. This ain't about that shit. It doesn't matter that it's, what I'm saying, that U of M tried to save my mom's life when she had cancer. You don't turn a blind eye to people being fucking raped and molested. Period. End of story. I don't give a fuck who they are.
The story
I don't care if you're in prison.
The story I'm reading says hundreds of victims. Like saying, like Nassar level, like over years.
See, and this is the dangerous thing about that shit is that
ladies too, Earl, wasn't just dudes.
I didn't hear any of the ladies.
Now I'm really shocked it's not fucking all over the national news like the fucking MSU shit was. Now I'm really shocked because, all this gender's a social construct bullshit. Yeah, okay. The vast majority of this world is going to get more upset about a girl being molested or raped as a child than a boy. There's going to be outrage in both cases, but one's going to be a lot more vocal than the other. I'm not going into it, but I might know a little personal shit about that because, you know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, I'm just, this might be the moment it all changes for you. Just going to read you this little snippet. Several football players this is a story from the Free Press from May 11th. Several football players notified Schembechler about Anderson's behavior, the report says. A member of the football team in the late 1970s told police he asked the coach soon after the exam, "What's up with the finger up in the butt treatment by Dr. Anderson?" Schembechler told the player to toughen up, according to the report, which does not provide any more detail about the incident or what police did with the information.
Okay. I don't feel this way. I just want to clarify and preface what I'm about to say with that. I'm going to play devil's advocate. In a million fucking years, why are you sticking your finger up? Well, I'm not really playing devil's advocate, but I mean, like, what was his excuse? I was worried that a bunch of fucking 19-year-olds had prostate cancer?
I don't know. It's the same thing for fucking, the preface to that was Bo was told about this guy's shenanigans. So.
Okay.
But Nasser came up with, I'm adjusting your spine or whatever he fucking had to do to, drop.
The pelvis adjustment.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, man, I've had a lot of physicals. And I'm just going to say this. The last time I was in the doctor's office, he was like, "So have you had a prostate exam?" And I just looked at him and I said, "Are you fucking kidding me? I don't let people wag their finger in my face. You think I'm going to let you go up my ass?" And he's like, "So no problems?" I'm like, "I will come to you and let you know if I have a problem. Trust me."
Wasn't it a blood test now, though, too? Aren't those days over?
I don't know because he wasn't. I mean, I understand because I wouldn't want to. I mean, he'd probably need both hands to lift up one of my fat ass cheeks to get to it. I'm laying on my side. But
maybe he's into it. Maybe he's trying to get you to give one.
I'm just saying, he didn't look too happy at the prospect of giving me a prostate exam.
What's his name? Dr. Anderson.
Thank God, no problems. Okay.
No. And I told him, I'm like, by the way, if this is going to be a annual thing to where you want to check my prostate, like coming up, let me know. I won't eat from, starting at midnight the night before. I'll make sure things are cleaned out for you because I don't want you running into anything in there. You know what I'm saying?
Ice has got to go soon, so
let's wrap this up, guys.
What can we bullet point real? Julio to the Titans. I guess we'll do that. What do you think? I think the Titans are now not playoff fodder. If I had to sum that up,
still playoff fodder. Lateral move. Bad idea.
Yeah, they'll. I mean, I don't even know where to fucking start on that, man. Because to me, that doesn't even register. Like Julio Jones, is not the Band-Aid for fucking Tennessee that I think that they think it's going to be. There he's going to be. I just don't. Like, we've talked about his issues before. He doesn't get into the end zone. Now, that might have been the way they used him in Atlanta, whatever, but...
Well, how do you think they're going to use him with Henry?
They're going to draw coverage so they can get the ball to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is a fucking monster, son. He is the future of that franchise.
Lateral move. Trust me on this.
Like, everyone's going to be worrying about Julio, and A.J. Brown's going to have, 97 touchdowns.
This isn't Julio in the early 2000s. This is Julio in 2021. It's not the same.
Well, I mean,
for a year. I'll give him a year to get the tape and then done.
Well, here's one thing I want to bring up because I have a memory like I do, and I don't like hypocrisy. Remember when all the outrage was being expressed that the Lions traded Stafford for a chance to win a fucking Super Bowl? And they were like, "Why aren't you doing this with black players?" Seems to me it just happened. I mean, as much as I'm death on Tennessee and I don't think this makes them a Super Bowl contender, they're closer to contending than fucking Atlanta's going to be, especially in that division, especially if Rodgers ends up in New Orleans. So, that was, and by the way, just for anyone who's like, "Well, it was bullshit they traded Stafford." they didn't give him to fucking the Rams for nothing, okay? Both parties were compensated for their fucking deal.
They both traded the money they're stuck with, basically.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure Julio Jones going there is, like, wait a minute, they traded him, right? They traded him to a fucking team that's in a better position to win than they are. Where's the outrage now? Once again, selective outrage about shit.
Well, too, if you're Julio, I mean, that's the optimal situation for you. You tell your agent, like, dude, look at my DOB. We're getting old. We're not playing full seasons. Send me somewhere where I can win and I can give a good shit. Somewhere that's close to winning that I can help win. And I think Tennessee's a good fit for him.
Not Tennessee. No. Wow, not even close.
Okay, hold on. Okay, first of all, that's your opinion, and it don't mean shit to Julio Jones. Second of all, if he feels there's a chance to win in Tennessee, he really don't give a fuck about your opinion.
They've gotten into the playoffs.
You can fucking no until you pass out from lack of oxygen. It doesn't change the fact he thinks you're stupid.
They're already a playoff team. They just can't win in the playoffs. This gives them a shot to go deeper. What was it? Corey Davis went to the Giants. Corey Davis,
okay.
It took 3 years for him to be something. Let him go try to be something in New York. Have fun.
Well, I will say this, as a Tampa Bay fan who's on some Tampa Bay sites and pages, holy shit, these motherfuckers let a Super Bowl win go to their head. Oh, they're talking, we're going to run off 3 in a row.
Oh, boy.
I'm like,
oh, boy.
Okay, stop with the LeBron shit. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Stop.
Not 4,
stop.
Not 5.
I told y'all motherfuckers, when they want, I'm happy. I'm not going to get greedy because even though I don't believe in God, I do believe that there's like sports gods, and what is the old saying? God listens, but is patient. The sports gods listen, but are patient. And if I get on here and start talking about we're going to win 3 in a row in Tampa, they're going to get bounced out of the playoffs halfway through the fucking season.
And I will pose this question to everybody. Of the last 10 years, not the Patriots, tell me an NFL dynasty.
10 years?
Like, the Chiefs are getting there. They're not there yet. Chiefs got to win another one. They won 2, right? Did they win 2 or they just won the 1?
They just won the 1.
Yeah, that's right. No, they went to 2 Super Bowls. No, they went to 3 Super Bowls in a row. So never mind. Yeah, they've only won 1.
I was gonna say maybe
Denver.
No. They won shit. They won shit since John Elway. No, wait, no, they won with Peyton.
Yeah,
but it was just the 1.
They went to 2. Yeah, they went to 2.
It was Manning
lost 1 and won 1.
Yeah, so it's just 1.
I was gonna say Pittsburgh, but they won their championships in the 2000s.
Yeah, before
2005 and 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Bowl 40 and 44 or whatever it was. And it's like, oh, shit, 43. I'm like, that was over 10 years ago. Everything's 5 years ago to me. I'm that old. But, yeah, I can't, man. And, I mean, I think that's by design. I think the Patriots were the outlier for the NFL. They were not the baseline norm. Like, that was a team that people had been ringing their death knell for fucking years before Tom Brady ever left. Oh, this is it. This is the end. Remember when he got hurt? Mm-hmm. Blew out when Tom Brady blew out his knee. Oh,
yeah, the Matt Castle season.
Back from that, yeah.
Didn't they win?
He ain't coming back from this.
Yeah, and didn't they win the Super Bowl that year?
No, they didn't win the Super Bowl that year because they made the playoffs. But I don't know. They didn't. No, Castle didn't go. That was 2009, wasn't it?
Wow. No, 2009 was the perfect season.
No, that was 2008. 19-1.
Oh wow. Yeah, you're right. Could be 5 years or 15 years.
It was the 2007 season, 2008 Super Bowl. That's what I meant.
I think what I'm getting at with the whole thing is calm the fuck down, Bucs fans. There have been no football dynasties in the last decade. Chill out.
Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck how Tom Brady eats, how much he works out, how much his guru tells him to fucking do whatever, pray to the banana god, and it's going to make him strong and he can play forever. He is one missed assignment on an offensive line from being out for the season.
And his career, because he is 44.
Possibly career. And I really enjoy hearing myself talking back on the delay, so whoever's got the open mic, good job.
It's ice.
I'm just, okay,
well,
thank you.
Well, we're going to make ice late, so we're going to wrap it up. Social media, like us on Facebook, please and thank you. Follow us on Twitter at Sporgy Podcast. Email sporgy@ChristopherMedia.net if you would like to drop us a line, if you agree or disagree with anything we are saying. ChristopherMedia.net, hit the PayPal button, hit the Amazon banner if you would like to help us out. And wherever you listen to us, rate us and review us. Where you can listen to us now also includes YouTube. But rate us and review us. It helps people find new, that's how we do things nowadays. Helps tell people about the show. So if you like the show, rate us and review us, please, and thank you. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
All right, later, guys. Peace out, y'all.
I'm Dr. Meg Fisher. By getting fully vaccinated, you can protect yourself and others, enjoy more activities with family and friends, and help end this deadly pandemic. You need 2 doses of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine to get the best protection against COVID-19. You can get your second dose at any site in the state. Visit covid19.nj.gov/finder or call 855-568-0545. I'm Dr. Meg Fisher. By getting fully vaccinated, you can protect yourself and others, enjoy more activities with family and friends, and help end this deadly pandemic. You need 2 doses of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine to get the best protection against COVID-19. You can get your second dose at any site in the state. Visit covid19.nj.gov/finder or call 855-568-0545. I'm Dr. Meg Fisher. By getting fully vaccinated, you can protect yourself and others, enjoy more activities with family and friends, and help end this deadly pandemic. You need 2 doses of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine to get the best protection against COVID-19. You can get your second dose at any site in the state. Visit covid19.nj.gov/finder or call 855-568-0545.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.